So I wanted to make a more cartoon related video other than my abridged stuff. So I decided to do this one, my top 10 favorite cartoons, because I forgot to do one, like, earlier. And I think it's an interesting concept. You get to know more about what I like and I guess what I don't like too. So here we go. Number 10. Number 10 for me is gonna have to be Adventure Time. This just came out around the time when cartoons were really going down the drain. And I mean, Adventure Time was like the first cartoon that I watched when I was like, when I knew that cartoons were just bad at this point. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really funny, and I still do think that their episodes can be very funny. I don't think they're as good as they are now. If they were, then I'd probably put them a lot higher on the list. But yeah, it's a very good show. You should really check it out if you haven't, but I bet all of you have. So number 9. Number 9 is the odd one out, because it's the only cartoon that I put on this list that's for mature audiences. This is South Park. Yeah, number 9 is South Park because, well, I mean, I got into it a while ago. I thought it was funny. And I like the characters, I like the plots, I like how they can stay topical. And I just think that South Park was a good idea, and I think that they're really funny. I don't... Same thing with Adventure Time. I don't really enjoy their later seasons as much as I did their earlier seasons. But, I mean, maybe they'll get back on track. I have no idea. Number 8. Number 8 is Regular Show. The other show that came out when cartoons were doing really bad. Adventure Time and Regular Show, I got into both of them at the same time, and I liked both of them a lot. I just think that Regular Show is a lot more funny, at least now. I think they've just continued to be funny. It's a very good show. It's a very interesting show. I love the plots, and I don't know, the irony of just the name of the show just makes me laugh every single time. There's nothing much to be said about this. Number 7. Number 7 is The Loud House. At first, I thought The Loud House was going to be terrible. I thought it was going to be the worst show on Nickelodeon. Even worse than modern SpongeBob. But I watched a few episodes and I really enjoyed them. I thought they were funny. I thought they were interesting. I thought the characters weren't just one-dimensional stereotypes. They could have some very funny lines in between. I really liked it. And I liked the style of what the creator was going for. Much like an old comic book. Yeah, it was really interesting, a very fun journey through the Loud House season, I guess you could call it. But yeah, there it is, number 6. Number 6 is SpongeBob SquarePants.
I can explain.
And I will. If we're going by just Season 1, Season 2, and Season 3, SpongeBob would be in the top 5 without any question. Probably number 1, even. However, I can't just ignore the fact that there were a bunch of just terrible seasons. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Even though I do enjoy a lot of Season 4 and some of Season 5, Season 6, 7, and 8 are unforgivable. I despise them, and I can't just ignore them. So that's your SpongeBob rant. But it's still really funny, so I guess I have to put it somewhere on this list. So number 5. Here's a show I've never talked about. Number 5 is The Amazing World of Gumball. A highly underrated show. In my opinion, at least. Gumball is possibly one of the most funniest... Possibly one of the funniest cartoons I've ever seen. Sorry, my English is a little messed up today. Anyways, I love the animation style in this show. They mix so many different styles of animation. It's so awesome, and it looks great. Like, you think in your head, mixing all of these weird styles of animation might not look too good, but it actually looks very nice. And I really like the show. I really think it's really underrated. I think people should watch it more. But that's just my opinion. So, number 4. Number 4 is Friendship is Magic. What, you thought it was going to be higher on the list? Screw you. It's number 4. Listen, I might be a brony, but I'm not that big of a brony. And I think that there are a lot of flaws with Friendship is Magic. This is not really praising the show in this right here recording, I guess you could call it then. I'm more talking about the flaws of Friendship is Magic because I think that a lot of people would most likely think that this would be a lot higher on my list. No, I'm a fair critic, and I'm not just going to put something up to the top just because I'm a brony. But yeah, I think there's a lot of flaws. First off, there's some of this character development is kind of off a lot of the time, and some of the plots are a bit lazy. Like, I mean, I can't think of anything off my head right now, but I do. I know it sounds very unprofessional, but I mean, I just kind of woke up, so this is what you get, really. But all in all, MLP it's a good show, but it's not like my favorite show. Number 3. Number 3 is We Bare Bears. We Bare Bears is a very, very fun show. It follows the 3 bears, Grizz, Panda, and Ice Bear, who live in a cave house place, and they try to fit in with normal society. I think I've already done like 2 videos on We Bare Bears. I mean, that hasn't stopped me with reviewing things. I've done quite a few videos on both MLP and SpongeBob, but We Bare Bears, I mean, there's not too much to say about it. I love the show, I love the comedy, and I love the characters a lot. I love all the characters, really. So, number 2. This is something I've been wanting to get around to talking about for ages, and I've never talked about it. It's not that I don't have the time, I just forget all the time. Star versus the Forces of Evil. This show is awesome. I love the animation, I love the characters, the comedy is great, and that freaking theme song is awesome too. Honestly, I want to go more in depth with it in a real review, so I'm not going to say too much. As in, I'm not going to say anything anymore. Number 1! Okay, before I get to number 1, here are some honorable mentions. There you go, number 1! I don't think anyone was surprised here. Number 1's Gravity Falls. Gravity Falls is the best show, in my opinion. I love it. I love the comedy, the smartness of the entire thing. In general, it's a brilliant show. It's got great writing. It's got beautiful animation. And am I bummed that it's over? Not really. I think that it stopped at a really good point, so it didn't just drag on. I understand that they didn't want it to drag on, and I'm actually kind of glad that it's over so we can reminisce about how great it was. And I mean, it's not like it's just gonna the greatness of Gravity Falls is just gonna stop just cause it's over. It was a great show, and I think we should all just think that it's a great show together. Unless you think it's terrible, then yeah. Thanks for watching to the end of the video. Before you go, I am going to put up a secret message that will reveal a hint to what my next review is going to be about. Alright, it's on the screen. I've hit it pretty well. If you can find it, you get absolutely nothing. Goodbye!